In this video, we're going to be tackling a very common oil leak on the diesel BMW, and you will find it leaks really badly at the back of the engine. Most people diagnose this as the rocker cover gasket, which generally is not the case. The rocker box actually fractures and fails. So in this video, I'll show you how to change the complete unit that is readily available to buy online. On first glance, it looks a really big job to do, but once we get a few things out of the way, it's really easy. So start by taking the plastic covers off each corner and then the strut brace, and then we can get on with removing the back panelling. There's 6 or 7 10 millivolts that hold this on, really easy to take off. And then the top engine cover, there may be a couple of plastic clips holding this in place, and once you've got this out of the way, we can actually see what we're doing. And here we are. Once you've got these covers off, you may think it looks even more of a job, but trust me, it's really not that bad to do. There is a few things to take off. Let's start with the injection pipes. So if you release the injector pipe at the right hand side of the engine, then it will allow it to move so we can get the injectors and the remaining pipes out of the way later on. Then it's the leak off pipes. So if you pop the center upwards, as you can see here, and then the injector leak off pipe will just pull and lift off, and then crack off all the injection pipes, and then these will remove nice and easily. We would like to put a Tipex mark on these, and then you will be able to help you when reassembling the engine. Next up, unclip the wiring harness on the injectors, and there's just a little torque on the bracket in the center, and then we can get the wiring for the injectors out of the way. We can now unclip the wiring harness from the fuel rail and the feed pipe for the fuel, which is just a squeeze and pull, just a push fit union, and then we can concentrate on the 4 female Torx bolts that hold the injector rail to the engine. And once those are loose and everything's out of the way, that just lifts out of the way. And now we can remove the clamps on the injectors like so. And then these injectors come out really easy. Sometimes they can be really stubborn. Just twist and pull, make sure that the injector seal's there, and also put them in order so you know which one corresponds, because these will be coded. You don't want to put them back in wrong. Next, at the back of the engine, we need to start removing the multi-plugs and the bracket assembly that goes over the cam cover. Just 4 small torque screws, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom, just above the exhaust, and then release all the multi-plugs so that this lifts out of the way. And then we can remove the remainder of the wiring harness at the top. There may be a couple of clips that are clipped on top of the rocker box. There is another Torx bolt on the other side that holds the bracket that retains the wiring harness. And then back to the front, another Torx, believe it or not, then remove the oil filler neck, and then we can start by removing all of the Torx bolts that hold the rocker box in place. There's 3 at the back that you can just see. Don't forget the hose that goes on the front, and then it will lift out. It looks like this one was just leaking on the gasket, but they do normally break on the back of the cover. It fractures with the heat from the engine. And then, as we saw at the start, the oil leaks down the back and runs right down the exhaust system. So this will need a really good, and it's also worth at this point just checking the tension on the timing chain, as this engine is well known for braking. You can clearly see how much the gasket has compressed on the old valve cover, and for the slight extra cost I would replace the cover and the casing. Before the cover goes back on, we need to make sure that the injector seats are clean from debris. So give these a really good clean out, and it's definitely worth giving them a clean with a injector seat cutter, as seen here. I'll pop a link in the description, as I will with all the other parts. All we do with this, put it in the injector seat, give it a few turns, then remove the tool, clean the tool down. You may need to do this a couple of times, and then as you can see, the seat is now really nice and clean. Repeat this on all four, and then we can pop on the new cover. Just evenly tighten these bolts down, do them really carefully, because there is quite a lot of flex in that seal that we saw earlier. So just take your time. You don't want to crack that new cover. Swap over the camshaft sensor, and then now we can get the injectors back in. If the washer is loose, just apply a little bit of grease between the injector and the copper washer before you put it down there, and then the clamp will go back in place. And again, make sure that this sits on the bolt, otherwise you may have a problem tightening it and obviously damage the new cover that you fitted. You can see it just sits on there, and then the bolt just tightens down nicely. And again, ensure that there's no dirt or corrosion on the bolt, as this will stop it tightening. And then we can get the fuel rail back on. Just be careful on reassembly. Make sure that all the bolts do go in by hand. Don't go putting any impact guns on them or anything, because there's chances that you'll damage or cross thread the bolts. And make sure that when you clip any of the multi-plugs in, that the securing tabs lock in place too. As you can see, there's quite a few of these, one here that you can see, and when you push it on, it just needs to lock in, and then the tab needs pushing downwards. And your little markings that you made earlier will really help on assembly to make sure that everything goes back in the right place. And then we can clip the injectors back in place, tighten the injector pipe back up on the back and on the front of the injection rail. It's worth mentioning at this stage, when you do come to start this up, it will take a lot of cranking, because we've had the injectors out, we've had all the pipes off and everything, so it will crank for a good 20 to 30 seconds. So you can see everything is all fitted correctly and nicely. All that remains to do now is start the engine up and have a really good look and check for leaks. So all the parts and all the tools that we used are available on our website at howtofixit.co.uk, where we also have some guides that you can download there too. I really hope this video has helped you and will aid you in your repairs on your BMW. And we do have some more videos available for you to watch right away. So here's some links, and I hope you enjoy, and we'll see you over there in a click.